Jai Hind children, welcome in your Maths Live class. In today's class, we will start from question number 19 till the last question, that is 25. It is ratio and proportion exercise 8A. Earlier we have solved till question number 18. So now let's start with the questions. It is even number chapter children, so I will pick all even number questions in the classwork. Now let's see the question first. Your question is question number 20. If you will see, 4x plus 5 is to 3x plus 11 is equal to 13 is to 17. You have to find the value of x. Okay. But if you will see question number 19, the range is from question number 19 to 25. And you have to solve this question number 19 in your homework. But children, if I will see this question, this is a different one. I have not solved such type of question in front of you. So let me take question number 19. Okay. I am going to take question number 19 also. It is different. That's why I am picking this question. So question is, a bag contains 750 rupees in the form of rupee, 50 paisa and 25 paisa coin in the ratio 5 is to 8 is to 4. Find the number of coins of each type. Okay children, okay. Now imagine a bag. Quickly imagine a bag, and that is your bag, and in that bag what is there? You are having a total money of 750 rupees. How much rupee you are having in that bag? 750. And that 750 is a collection of few coins. Three types of coin, not few coins, three types of coin. There are in that bag, which is having a sum of 750 rupees. In that bag you are having 1 rupee coin, you are having 50 paisa coin, and you are having 25 paisa coin. Clear? Three types of coins are there in that. And maybe 1 rupee coin, maybe 10, 50 paisa coin, maybe 100, 25 paisa coin, maybe something more. So we don't know. But a little knowledge we know that. We don't know the total one children, but we know that it is in which ratio. The ratio is, let's see the ratio. The ratio is 5 is to 8 is to 4. 5 is to 8 is to 4. So let me solve it. Okay, and then I will tell you the question. You are having a bag. Okay, you are having a bag which contain how much? Rupees 750. It contains rupees 750. It's not looking. Let me show you. Okay, now it's working. Okay, 750 rupees. That bag contains 750 rupees. And this bag, the sum of this 750 is made up of 1 rupees. How much? Rupees 1. Then 50 paisa as well as 25 paisa. It contains in this way. So there will be some 1 rupee coin, there will be some 50 paisa coin, and there will be some 25 paisa coin. When you will add all the three, you will get how much? You will get 750. Let me take my duster children and let's see it quickly. Now if you will combine all these three different types of coin, you will have 750 rupees in total. But the question is asking, how many coins of 1 rupees are there? How many coins of 50 paisa and how many coins of 25 paisa are there? They have given us the total. They have given an idea that these three types of coins are present in this bag. Okay, but they are asking how many 1 rupee coin, how many 50 paisa coin, and how many 25 paisa coin. So this we have to find children. Now suppose if your bag contains where should I draw? I am drawing at that side. Okay, if your bag contains 10 rupees, imagine if your bag contains 10 rupees, okay, and it is having some coins of 1 rupees and 50 paisa. It is having some coins of 1 rupees and 50 paisa. So how you will add them, children? You will just take the quantity of 1 rupees. If there are 8 coins, if there are 8 1 rupee coins, if there are 8 1 rupees coin, 8 1 rupees coin. So how you will get this total? So you will multiply it with 1 rupees. Quantity you will multiply with the denomination 1 rupees. And how many 50 paisa coins will be there then? Come on. You are having now, out of 10 you are having 8 rupees in your hand. So 2 rupees are left. So it means there will be 4 50 paisa coins. Isn't it? If you will have 10 rupees, that 10 rupees is made up of few 1 rupee coin and few 50 paisa coin. The combination of 1 rupees and 50 paisa coin. Now in this question I am explaining already that you are having 8 rupees. You are having 8 1 rupee coins. You are having 8 1 rupees coin. आपके पास 1 rupee coin के 8 coins हैं. So how much you will have total? 8 into 1 rupees, that is 8 rupees from this. Then 50 paisa coin कितने होंगे? Then it will be definitely it will be 4, because when you will multiply 4 paisa with 4 into 50 paisa, then you will have 2 rupees. Isn't it? So in this process we can have the total value. So children, exactly what we are doing, we are multiplying the denomination with their quantity. 8 coins are there, quantity, denomination with the quantity. But one thing is you have to understand here that there are different denomination. It is 1 rupees and it is 50 paisa. So we can't add, children. That's why we have to convert it into either rupees or in coin. Okay, either convert this into paisa or convert it into rupees, so that both will be rupees. Then whatever answer we will get, it will be in rupees, 8 rupees, and it is in paisa, isn't it? So how you will add it? You can't add it. So you have to convert these denomination in a single one, like either in rupees or in paisa, and then when you will add it, you will get the total. So same process we will apply here, children. We will have few quantity of 1 rupees, we will have few quantity of 50 paisa, and we will have few quantity of 25 paisa. First we will convert it into either paisa or in rupees, and then we will multiply it with its quantity. Quantity is given. How many 1 rupees coins are there? Is it given? No. What is given to you? The ratio is given to you. So ratio is how much, children? Let's see what is the ratio. Ratio is 5:8:4. Ratio is 5:8:4. Okay, this is the ratio. It means what? Add them. 8 plus 4, 12. Then 5. How much? 17. Okay. Then come on. Out of 17 coins, there will be 5 coins for 1 rupees. There will be 8 coins for 50 paisa, and there will be 4 coins of 25 paisa. But it is not exactly same, because we are having 750 rupees. But whatever the coins will be, it will be in same ratio. That's why we will take x with all of them. 5x, 8x and 4x. And then when we multiply it with denomination, and then when we will plus them all together, it will be equal to 750. So I am erasing the board and I am writing it in a proper way. This is just an explanation part. Okay, let me erase this side first. Meanwhile, you can see this. Okay, now let's start doing. I'm erasing this, children. 5 is to 8 is to 4 it is. Now it is 1 rupees. It is 1 rupees. So first convert this 1 rupees. Thus convert all of them into rupees. So it is 1 rupees only. Rupees 1, it is in rupees, no need to change it. 50 paisa is how many rupees, children? 50 paisa is how many rupees? This one, isn't it? And 25 paisa is how much? 25 upon 100 rupees. 25 upon 100 rupees. So once you will convert it, it is already in rupees. Write it rupees 1. It will be rupees half, 1 by 2, 50 paisa half rupees, isn't it? And it will be 1 by 4. Simplify it, 52 ja and 25 4 ja. So that's why we have converted this, the denomination, into a same unit. All are in rupees now. And now we will multiply it with its ratio. We will add them. What is the ratio, children? This is 5. 5, exact 5 coins? No. So 5x. This is how much? How much, children? Come on. This is how much? This is 5 is to 8 is to 4. So it is 8 what? 8x, children. This will be 8x. And we will add them. Also, this one is how much, children? It is 4 ratio. So write down 4x. 4x plus. Okay. Write the denomination 1 rupees into its quantity 5x. Write the denomination 50 paisa, that is converted into rupees. Why? Because then we can add them. So now it is rupees. It is in rupees. 50 paisa can be converted into rupees by dividing it by 100. Half rupees. Okay. So, and what is, how many coins are there? In the ratio it is 8. So it will be 8x. Because it is not 8. It is something more than 8. So we will make it as 5x, 8x and 4x. All the ratios we will convert it into 5x, 8x and 4x. And again this denomination, that is 25 paisa. It is now in rupees. 25 paisa is multiplied it with quantity. So we will multiply quantity with denomination. Quantity 8x with denomination. Quantity 4x with its denomination. And then when we will add them, we will get the total rupees. What is the total rupees? 750. So rupees 750. Okay, this is rupees 750. Now children, let's make an equation first. I am erasing this beta. Let total number of coins of 1 rupees is equal to 5x. Total number of coins of 50 paisa is 8x. And total number of coins of 25 paisa is equal to 4x. Okay. If I will write it, then it will waste our time. So, but you have to write down. Therefore, now what we will do? We will multiply the denomination with its quantity. 5x. Then add it with the another one, that is, it is 8x, children. Before this you have to write down that let the total number of coins of 1 rupees, 50 paisa and 25 paisa be this much. Write down this also. Let, now that we have written. That we have written, children. No need to write. Now quantity into denomination. What is denomination? 1 rupees, half rupees, These are denomination. What is its value? Quantity into denomination is equal to total rupees, total money. Quantity into denomination is equal to total money. We know this. We know this. So in this way you have to start. First draw that diagram which I have drawn. It will give you an idea how to elaborate it, and then write down that it is not 5, it is 5x, 8x and 4x, because it is in the ratio 5:8:4. That's why it is not only 5 coins of 1 rupees. It is 5x, 8x, 4x. It will increase in same order. That's why x will multiply with all. Clear? Now one example is there in the book also. You can go through that book after this class. Okay, it will be more clear to you. Now what we will do, we know that quantity into denomination is total money. So what is the quantity of 1 rupees? 5x. This much of coins are there. Quantity into denomination, rupees 1, plus what is the quantity of 50 paisa? 8x. This is the quantity, इतने coins हैं, 50 पैसा के इतने coins हैं, into its denomination, that is half rupees. Children, I am not writing in paisa, otherwise we can't add them. We have to take it as same single unit. Then plus 4x. 4x is of 1/4 rupees. 1/4 rupees means 1/4 rupees means it is 25 paisa. Let me write it properly. 4x into rupees 1/4. That is equal to rupees 750. Children, in this case total is given, so we can add all the ratios to find our value. So, and if in a ratio question total is given and the ratio is given, then what you can do, you can just attach a variable x, y, z, whatever. I am attaching x with that ratio, add them and equate it with the total value. Now just solve it. 5 into 1, 5x, plus 8 4s are 2 4s are 8. 2 4s are 8. It is in my mind, but what I am saying, 2 4s are 8. So 4x plus this 4 and 4 will get cancelled out. So x into 1, x is equal to rupees 750. Okay, solve it children. 5x, 4x and x. How many x? Total 10x. It is total 10x is equal to 750. And now when you will solve this, x is equal to, now this x will be equal to, it can't be shown to you. Let me write here. You will write below it. X is equal to 750 by 10, that is x is equal to how much children? 75. What is the value of x? 75. Now what we will do? We will put the value of x in all the cases, and then we can find how many total coins of 1 rupees, how many total coins of 50 paisa and how many total coins of 25 paisa. So just put the value of x there. After writing this, write down hence. What you will write? Hence, not let. After finding it, you will write hence. The total number of coins of 1 rupees, that is 5x, is equal to, put the value of x as 75. So 5 into 75. Okay, and it will be 8 into 75. And it will be 4 into 75. Children, when you will find it, you will get the numbers, some numbers, and that will be your answer. Clear? Just multiply it and then you will get the exact number of coins. This is all about your 19 question. Okay. Now let's move ahead. Now let's move ahead with the next question, that is question number 20. Let's see question number 20. And you read it children. I am erasing the board. Okay, I am erasing the board. Children, the next question is question number 20. if 4x plus 5 is to 3x plus 11 is equal to 13 is to 17. Quickly write down, children. I am also writing without wasting the time. Question number 20. If condition is given that if this is equal to that, find the value of x. If 4x plus 5 is to 3x plus 11, 4x plus 5 is to 3x plus 11. 4x plus 5 is to 3x plus 11 is equal to 13 is to 15. 13 is to children 17, not 15. 4x plus 5 and 3x plus 11 is equal to 13 is to 17. Okay. 13 is to 17. In this way we can write ratios term, isn't it? We can write in this way also. If it is written in ratio, we can write in this form. If this is the case, find the value of x. Now children, just remember last question of exercise 7a. It is of the same form, linear equation, isn't it? What we will do, there are some denominators. They are not numbers. If they are numbers, then what we will do, we can take the LCM of those denominators and we will multiply it on both sides. But they are not numbers. They are in the form of terms. See. So what we will do, we will transpose the denominator to other side. If this denominator will be transposed to RHS, this will be transposed to numerator and it will multiply with that number. 17 will also transpose to numerator to LHS and it will multiply with 4x plus 5. So let's start writing. Keep 4x plus 5 in a bracket. Keep 4x plus 5 in a bracket and multiply it with 17. Okay. That is equal to 13. 3x plus 11. 3x plus 11. In this way we will do it. Now the next part is quickly solve. Solve it, children. I am waiting again. See how you will solve. Multiply 17 with 4. Let's see whether you remember the form table or not. And then the whole part. Solve, children. Is it done? Have you solved it, children? I am waiting. Okay. Let's see. 17 into 4. You have to revise table, children. 17 4s are 68. And x is also there. So, place x. Then, plus, plus, plus. 17 5s are 85. That is equal to 13 into 3. 13 3s are, come on, 39. 13 3s are 39 and x will be there. And 13 11 ja, children. 13 10 ja 130 plus one more 13, that is why it is 11 times. So 13 10 ja 130 we know, and we will add 13 one more time. So it will be 143. 143. Okay, 130 plus 13. It will be 143. Now separating variable term on one side and constant term to other side. So write down 68x. It is already here. We have to transpose this variable term to LHS, to left hand side. So it is 39. It will become minus 39. Whole term we are shifting, so positive will become negative. That is equal to 143 is already on that side. When you will transpose 85 to other side, it will be subtracted. It will be subtracted. Okay. Now just subtract it. When you will subtract it, it is smaller. 8 minus 9. Can't. So it will take a borrow. Then 18. 18 minus 9 is 9. 5 is left. 5 minus 3 is 2. 29x. And on that side, children, again 5. Come on. 13. 143 minus 85. Do it fast. 143 minus 85. When you will subtract, what will be there? 3, it will become 3 and 13. What will be left? 13 minus 5, 8. And now 8. This is 3. We can't subtract. So it will take, borrow, it will become 13. 5. Clear? It will become 58 after subtracting. Now, next part is, you can solve these things either orally or make a rough column and then try to solve it. I am not having space, children. I am solving at that side. X is equal to 58. Now this is 29 which is there with X. We have to find X, so we have to make it alone. Whatever is there with X, we have to separate it. 29 is in multiplication with X. So when 29 will transpose to other side, it will go for division. So 58 by how much? 29. Write it a little bit to this side. I am writing 29x is equal to 58. That's why x is equal to 58 by 29. Now 29 ones are 29 and 29 two times. 29 twos are 58. Okay, 29 twos are 58. X is equal to 2. And this is what they are asking. That's why we will write down. Hence, the value of x is 2. Hence, the value of x is 2. Clear? First, transpose the denominator to different sides. This will transpose to LHS in numerator. And this denominator will transpose to RHS in numerator. Now, open the bracket by multiplying 17 with 4x and 5. 13 with 3x and 11. And then segregating variable term on one side and constant term on other side. And then after simplifying, 29 will transpose to other side. It will be divided to that side. See? And now 29 twos are 58. This is the solution. Clear? Next question, question number, after 920 we will solve question number 22. Question number 22. Okay. Meanwhile, I am erasing the board. You also write down it in your copy. Question number 22. Slowly I am doing, children, so that you can have an idea of whole question. Question number 22. Let's see. If x is to y is equal to 6 is to 11. If x is to y is equal to 6 is to 11. X is to y is equal to 6 is to 11. Find x minus 8x minus 3y. Find 8x minus 3y is to 8x minus 3y is to 3x plus 2y. 3x plus 2y. Match your question. X is to y is equal to 6 is to 11. Yes. Then 8x minus 3y and 3x plus 2y. It's matching, children. Let's start. Let's start. Let me focus. Yes. It is now visible. It is now visible. Now, let's solve. Question is, if you are having x, there are two variable, children. These type of questions you know or not? No. There are two variables, x and y. See, in the question also x and y are there. Two variables are there. So how we will solve? Is it tough? No, not at all. See, We will solve it in within minute. Children, in such type of cases where there are two variables and we have to find the value of both. See the question. We have written question only. If this is equal to this, find 8x. Acha, find that one. Okay, find this value. You have to find this value. And how we will find its value? When we will know that what is the value of x and what is the value of y. If you don't know what is the value of x and what is the value of y, then we can't find. So what we will do? We will take this equation and let's find the value of one variable first. Keep x on this side. I am finding the value of x right now. It is in the term of y, children, but we will find it. Find the value of x. So keep x on this side, and whatever is there with x. What is there with x? Y. Y is in denominator. So we have to transpose this y to RHS so that we can find the value of x. Now y is in denominator. It is divided here. When it will transpose to other side, it will multiply in numerator. Okay, denominator, when it will go to that side, it will multiply with the numerator. Now what is x right now? 6y by 11. Have you find the solution of x, value of x? Yes, but it is still not exact, not clear. But it is in the terms of y. Now what we will do, children? Why we have find this? So that we will put the value of x in the question. We will put the value of x in the question, and then we will have in the question we will have y. Everywhere we will have only one variable, that is y, because x will be converted in the form of y. Okay, so write down this x value, that is 6y by 11, in the question which you have to find. This value you have to find. So write down the value of x only. Y value we don't know. So write down the value of x. What is the value of x? This we have find. We have transposed y to other side. So the value of x is in terms of y. Now let's write down. I am going to erase this. Okay, quickly write down, or you can solve it also. Just place this y to other side in numerator. This is 6y by 11. Okay. Now I will use this x value in the question. 6y by 11. Substituting x is equal to 6y by 11 in this question. We get, what we will get, children? 8x minus 3y by 3x plus 2y. Where are x, children? X. So let's, in place of x, what we will write? In place of x, we will write this 6y by 11. So write down 6y by 11. Keep it in a bracket. Here also, this is x. So in place of x, what we will write? 6y by 11. 6y by 11. Now you can see that everywhere in the question, now there is no x, only y. Y means only one variable. Now whatever answer will come, it will come in terms of y, or let's see what it will come. Now when we will solve this, 8 6 are 48, multiply numerator with numerator. 8 6 are 48 y by 11 minus 3y. Okay, this 8 will multiply with 6, so 8 6 are 48 and divided by 11, y is there, so we have to write y minus 3y as it is, divided by 3 6 are 18, 3 6 are 18, so in numerator it is 18y by 11 minus, not minus, plus 2y, okay. Now it is a complex one. Are you thinking that it is complex? What is this? Which type of question it is? Nothing, children, just do it. Just go in a correct order and just do it. No need to worry that which type of answer steps we are getting. After this, what we will do? In numerator, you can see there is a number which is in fraction, and there is one term in fraction and one more term. So how we can simplify the numerator, children? Just focus on numerator first. Can you solve it? Yes. How? Just put 1 here, isn't it? And then try to solve. Take LCM or do cross multiplication. In the same way, see denominator. See denominator, children. 18y by 11 plus 2y. So how we can solve the denominator? This is in fractional form. So we can we can put 1 here. It will not change our value, but by using this we can find the solution. So now next step. Where should I write, children? May I erase that? Okay. Till now we have substituted the value of x. Multiply numerator with numerator. 8 6 are 48. Y by 11 and 6 3 are 18 by y by 11. And then we have to solve numerator and denominator. So I have done this work by one. Okay. Now I used to do cross multiplication. You can take LCM also. So 48 into 1. 48 into 1 is 48y. What is the sign? Minus. So write down minus. 11 into 3. 11 3s are 33. And y is there. So write down y by 11. 11 1s are 11. Cross multiply 48 into 1. 48 y minus 11 into 3. 11 3s are 33y by 11 1s are 11. So this is whole upon denominator. Now let's solve the denominator. What is the denominator? I am solving by cross multiplication. There are 2 terms, so we can easily solve it. 18 into 1. 18y. Y is there, no? We have to write 18 1s are 18y. So 18y. Now the sign of plus. 11 2s are 22y. 11 2s are 22y by 11 1s are 11. 11 1s are 11. So I am erasing this. Okay. 11 1s are 11. Now in numerator part there is 11 as denominator, and in denominator part there is 11 as denominator. So we can cancel this. We can cut this, children. Okay. This is a fraction. This is also a fraction. So when you will divide it, denominators are same, then it will get cancelled out. This is the rule. Okay. Like for example, I am showing you 3 by 7 divided by 4 by 7. Okay. What is 3 by 7? We can write it as 3 by 7. We can write it as 3 by 7 divided by 4 by 7. Divided by 4 by 7. So now solve this. This is a fractional form. Same thing I am taking, children, in another way, so that you can understand why ma'am is cancelling this 11. Denominators are same, so ma'am said ki this will cancel out. Why ma'am is saying that, I am explaining to you. See, this is 3 by 7. Denominator is 7 and divided by 4 by 7. Again the denominator is 7. Denominators are same. So how 7 and 7 get cancelled? This I am explaining. 3 by 7 divided by 4 by 7. Okay. Now how you will solve? 3 by 7 multiply, divide will change into multiply, fraction is divided by fraction. So you used to do this method. Keep the first fraction as it is and reciprocal of second fraction. So 7 by 4. Sign will change. Now 7 and 7 get cancelled out. This is the, so we can cut in this way also. Okay. 11 and 11 will get cancelled out. So just remove this and write down. What is left in numerator? 48y minus 33y. 48y minus 33y divided by what is left in denominator? 18y plus 22y. Now solve it, children. 48 minus 33. 8 minus 3 is 5 and 4 minus 3 is 1. 15y divided by 18 plus 22. Come on, solve it. 18 plus 22. 8 plus 2, 10 and 2 plus 1 plus 1, that is 4y. 15y by 40y. Now this y and y are same. We can simplify it. We can cut it. And this also we can simplify. How? 5 3s are 15 and 5 8s are 40. So what is the answer? 3 by 8, or you can write it as 3:8. This is the final answer. This is the value of given question. Clear? Although I have erased the earlier one, but you have to remember that if the question is written in the form of this, x by y is equal to something, and there are two variables, so just find the value of one variable first by transposing other variable to other side. Put that value in the wherever the x is present in the question and then solve it. I think this is also clear. If you will get a fraction in numerator and fraction in denominator, and their denominators are equal, only denominators, not for numerator, children. If their denominators are equal, then you can cancel it out. You can simplify it. So 11 and 11 is now simplified, cancel out. So in numerator only this much is left, and in denominator only 18y plus 22 is left. Solve this. 48 minus 33 is 15 and 18y plus 22y is 40. Y same. Single term is in numerator, single term in denominator, so we can cancel in this way. So y and y is same. Yes, you can erase. I will show you how in exponents also. And then try to solve 15 by 40. 15 by 40, when you will solve, 5 3s are 15 and 5 8s are 40. So 3 by 8, or this is ratio chapter, that's why write down in ratio form. 3:8. This is the solution of which question? Question number 22. Now children, our next question is question number 24. Let's see question number 24. Question number is how much? Which ratio is greater? Quickly write down, children. Which ratio is greater? Question number 24. I will solve only one part because the time is over now, children. Question number 24, second part. 2:3 or 4:7? 2:3 or 4:7? This is the question. Children, just remember the fraction chapter. You can apply those methods here. This is question number 24 and I am solving second part. 2:3 can be written as this. 4:7 can be written as this. Now, which one is greater? How can we find? First, we have to make the denominator equal. That is how much? 3 and 7. LCM of 3 and 7 is 21. Now, how to make it 21, children? How you will make the denominator equal to 21? By multiplying it with 7. Same number you will multiply in numerator. And the second part is 7 in denominator. How you can make it equal to LCM, that is 21? You have to multiply it with 3. So here also you have to multiply it with 3. What is the answer? 7 2s are 14 by 21, or 4 3s are 12 by 21. Now the denominators are equal. Which one is greater? Which part is greater, children? This part. In numerator, see the numerator. Which is greater? 14 is greater than 12. So this fraction is greater than this one. Now no need to call it as fraction. This is ratio. or this belongs to which ratio? 2:3. So that's why 2:3 is greater than, this belongs to 4:7. So write down this. Okay, 2:3 is greater than 4:7. So in this way we can solve the questions that which one is greater. In next question, that is question number 25, you have to arrange the ratio in ascending order from smaller to bigger. Ascending order means from smaller to bigger. How you will arrange those ratios, children? The ratios are 11:14, 17:21, 5:7 and 2:3. 4 ratios are given. So what you will do? You just write those ratios in this form. 1 ratio, 2nd ratio, 3rd ratio, 4th ratio. Take their LCM. Then make the denominators, whatever the denominators are, make the denominators equal to the LCM. And then you can find when the denominators are equal, while looking on the numerator, you can find that which one is greater. Clear? I will pick one question in the next class. Otherwise, we have to finish today's class, children. Take care and revise it properly and solve the homework part.